Well folks, welcome back again to the Power Tool Repair Workshop. Today we've got a wee treat for you. Today we've got another Makita drill warranty repair. This one here is only 2025 and is in for a warranty repair. So this one we're going to do a video on replacing the faulty gearbox in this here, but we're also going to dismantle the faulty one and see how we can actually fix it up for anybody at home if they have this here problem in their drill outside of warranty. If it's warranty, you just get a new gearbox, but you can't buy the bits inside of these on their own. So we're going to see if we can fix it outside of the warranty as well, see how we can actually do it. So this one here is the Makita DHP484, the actual original version. My wee copy one I have here in the workshop. God knows what way to say that thing. But this one should be the better quality one. Well, that is the better quality one. This here's a wee cheap and cheerful thing off of Amazon. It's only good for dismantling tools. It's only got a 10mm chuck on it. There's a proper 1/2 inch chuck. Way more powerful, way better drill. But the downside is it's a combi drill. And he's been using it in hammer mode. Common problem for anybody that keeps using the hammer drill on a cordless drill. Now it's stuck in hammer mode. Will not come out. The clutch is turning, but it's not engaging anything. And this here just will not shift. Combi drills are grand to get you to a pinch or something if you just need to do 1 or 2 holes, maybe to a 5.5 to a 7mm plug. That's about it. 1 or 2 holes, that's your max. If you keep using it, you're just rattling, overheating and burning up your gearbox, which is what's happened here. Something snapped inside. Now it won't come out of hammer mode. Combi drills, they're not great for this purpose. You're far better off getting a drill driver and doing away the combi altogether, because they're just a disaster. Somebody uses it too much. Even the DeWalts, they melt the gearbox and you just get stuck in hammer mode. Milwaukee's aren't as bad for it, but the Makitas and the DeWalt do tend to do this if you use it too much. They'd be better off just doing away with it completely. So we're going to see if we can fix this, but first we're going to just change over the gearbox and get this up and running right again. So that's the problem. Stuck in hammer mode. Normally these get stuck and you can still rotate it, but it'll still be stuck in hammer mode. This is a problem with the selector, so it's a wee bit different from the normal failure. So let's see if we can change this over. Well, before we do anything, we'll just undo the chuck actually, because we need to save this as well. Screw in the center, left hand. A small one too. Keep that. I suppose we'll just slap it off. We'll see if we can slap it off, because this is damaged anyway. No, I won't. We'll dismantle it, because I'm going to dismantle it anyway to see if I can fix it. I might as well just keep it good in case it destroys the spindle or damage the bearing inside. Brushless motors, the chucks are just set on a little bit harder. Tiny little armature on it. It's only small, but then it's only a small drill. And exactly for a contractor out doing heavy duty work. They're great for like kitchen fitters or carpenters. They're nice and light and compact. Good enough power, but not massive amounts. And not good in hammer mode. Get the drill drivers, folks. Far better. You really do think you're getting a wee bit more when you get the combi drills. Drill drivers, the exact same thing. They just don't have the 2 little gears and they don't have the same selector. That's it. The rest of the machines are the exact same. And that's the gearbox. This here side of it is absolutely fine. So we'll just leave that be. We're just focusing on this. So dismantle this to get the spindle, lock the spindle, to get the chuck off. So you need to go onto this side first. Just take that all out. So we can get to this. That's your spindle. Lock that with an Allen key. Take off the chuck. So for this, you just need a T10 Torx. That'll grab your spindle. I don't know if I have enough leverage here on the bench, or I might need to go to the vise. Now we'll take it to the vise. Just gives you a more solid hold here. Which way we do this? Oof, that is tight. Try to do the wrong way first, maybe. Try again, see if we can slacken it. No. That is how tight those chocks are. She's just sheared the spindle. So now I also need a chuck. What a disaster. Well, that's that video finished. What am I going to do now? I could tell straight away, as soon as you started that was going to happen. You could hear it just crunching. Look at that. Now that's not going to happen when you're using the drill. The motor's not going to have enough power to do that. Could have enough power to shear the screw maybe. Nah, I wouldn't even have. But it's definitely not going to be able to do that. I'm only doing that because I'm using a ratchet basically. That's the correct way to actually remove the chuck as well. The old Allen key method no longer works. As you can imagine, if it's that tight, slapping it with a hammer and an Allen key, it's just destroying the spindle and the bearing inside anyway. That is actually the correct way. Once your screw's out, that's meant to just come out. That shows you how tight they are put on now. So what do I do now? Can't lock that. A scrap one here. I'll see what the story is with that one first. Actually, might even have a spindle from the scrap one maybe. It's not a total loss here just yet because I don't like to throw things out, and I already scrapped one of these things off for fixing these here. But if most of the bits used up on it, I still have all the prices for the bits I took off the brand new one. 60 for the gearbox, 30 for a chuck, switch 20, body 20. The prices they needed to charge. The motor and all still here. The gearbox is gone. But I also don't like to throw things out. I actually have some of the bits from the old gearboxes. There we go. I'm on a whole, well, half a gearbox as well. Sadly, I don't have a chuck, mind you. Must have used that up. Keep that. So we still might be able to do something. There should be a spindle in that. Still got an armature on here too. Aha. Spindle. That's what we want there, look. So it's not a complete loss. We can still do something with it, hopefully. Because I get all the bits we need out of these here. There's probably 2 gearboxes in this, I'd imagine. Now this is not a problem for the customer. This is still under warranty if this happens. Normally when you're doing these under warranty, you're just getting the chuck off, replacing the gearboxes, and putting the old chuck back on the new gearbox. That's generally the way it works, and it's all covered under warranty. This is still covered under warranty, but if you can't get the chuck off, they don't cover the chuck under a warranty because it's a consumable part. They can break, so they don't cover it. But if I can't get it off and this happens, then you just put the chuck on as a warranty. It's up to the technician to decide if it's going to need a chuck or not. They wouldn't replace it if it was worn out. But if you can't get it off, there's nothing you can do. So if I can't get this off, I'll just put on a new chuck onto this gearbox, and it'll still be covered under the warranty. It's still not going to cost the customer anything. I just want to fix this up for future, to see how to fix it in the future, so you can see how to fix it as well if it happens to you. Plus it leaves me with a spare gearbox for fairly cheap if somebody needs one replaced outside of warranty in the future, because these here cost about €100 for the whole gearbox. So if it's outside of warranty, you're not going to pay that kind of money. But if you have one second hand working, that's a lot cheaper. So I like to just fix them up if at all possible. So I need to get on to this one. I need to get the chuck off because I can't do anything with the hammer mechanism unless I take these here 4 screws off, which is underneath the chuck. So I'm just going to get this one out of the way for now. Stick this back in. I can stick the chuck on then afterwards. It's easy to fit. Literally just drops in. Your other half goes on top. And you just put on your motor and your chuck. Dead simple. It's handy for a technician like me. Quickly get these repaired under warranty. But it's not as good if you're fixing it yourself at home. I'd have more faith in Makita if they would start selling the bits for inside the gearbox, because you can't buy anything for them. Only a whole gearbox unit, which I've never liked. That would be the one downside I'd have with Makita. Is that on? Oh, must be. Must have been done first time. Yeah, it was. And we have to wiggle them around a wee bit to get them on. That's it. That's her ready to go. Now all we need is a chuck. Don't think I can get this other one saved now. I'll let that sit for a minute. Surprisingly enough, on the DeWalt drill, if you wanted to, what you can sometimes do is actually get a pry bar and just prise off the chuck and pull out the entire spindle. If the spindle's stuck, you can actually knock it from this side and just knock it out. It's not the correct way of doing it. Some of them, it's only some of the drills you can do it on. It's not a very good method, but if you're left with this sort of scenario, get you out of a jam. But I don't think it's going to work in this Makita. I think that's set inside the housing. Well, this is one way to find out. Give her a tap and find out. It's actually shift, you know. So probably bend that plate, but it's hardly a big deal if I do that, is it? And this is just exploratory anyway. getting tight now. But to be honest, there's not really much I can do, because I can't exactly cut it now because this is just going to spin. Unless nah, still not going to work. I suppose I could hold this side in the vise and just cut down here, but I'll give it another couple of slaps and see what it does. Right, well that was a waste. That was just down to me being too stubborn, wanting to just keep going to see it happens. Crack the housing. I really should have just stuck that in the bearing press, pressed it out. No one destroying the gearbox, but wanted to see if I could save the chuck. But that was really just pointless doing that completely. Because look, chuck isn't even all that great. It's working, but it's starting to fall apart anyway. So that was a waste of time. So instead, we'll just get this back on. Just stick on a different chuck. There's a nice Rome chuck I have here. I'll just use this instead. Slap her on tight. Stick the screw back in. And that'll at least be the chuck sorted. Or at least the drill sorted, I should say. New gearbox under warranty and a new chuck. So customer will at least be happy. As you get a new gearbox and a better chuck as well, because that one there was about to fail anyway. That's the drill sorted. Keep him happy. Is there anything we can do with this? Is there anything even worth doing? Right, the main thing is the drill is now sorted, but I can't waste any more time on this now today, or at least not at this moment, because there's quite a few other machines out here to look at. So I'm going to have to bag this up for now and come back to it at another time to finish the video later. But that will just be a job for another day.